Keynes, the new town built to be a place where people could afford to live. That was half a century ago. Now the average price of a home here is 8 times the average income. And at the sharp end of that housing crisis are people like Darryl Green, who's been sleeping rough for months.
I was living with a mate and then obviously he wasn't paying the rent and we both got kicked out.
Chaotic lives are lived at the edges of the precincts, where there's uncertainty and fear.
I either get robbed every night or beaten up. I've had 2 tents and they've been burnt down. It's just horrible. I just feel like killing myself. I don't know what else to do, really.
When the coalition government came to power in 2010, the number of rough sleepers in England was 1,768. But it's gone up substantially every year since. By 2016, it was more than 4,000. And the latest figures have nearly 5,000 men and women sleeping on the streets. The shine was taken off the government's £100 million plan to tackle the problem when it emerged that half that money has already been spent. And the aim is, to say the least, ambitious.
I think this provides the foundation to join up work across government in really making the difference and ensuring that we meet our intent of abolishing, eradicating rough sleeping over the course of the next 9 years.
If ever there was a multi-layered social problem, homelessness is it. It ranges from substance abuse here on the front line to a chronic lack of affordable housing elsewhere in town. And everyone we've spoken to in Milton Keynes who's involved in trying to deal with it has told us that £100 million will barely scratch the surface, new money or not. The government has committed money for help with mental health and drug addiction. But it faces criticism that it was its own austerity policies which worsened the housing crisis. In Milton Keynes, the council put up its own taxes to try to contain it.
Milton Keynes Council has bid and won £250,000 to help some of this support work, but that doesn't replace the £150 million that we've suffered in government cuts since 2010. The underlying cause of this crisis is the lack of affordable housing, and there's nothing in the statement today or nothing in the extra funding, actually if it is extra funding, that's been announced that will really tackle that underlying problem.
For the homelessness charities, today's announcement was a step forward, but to achieve the government's aims, much, much more money needs to be spent. And as another night falls on the rough sleepers, a housing emergency continues. Geraint Vincent, News at 10, Milton Keynes.